Good afternoon. Mayor Wade Mills here for March the 24th. A few updates I want to provide the community with today. Number one is the Town of Shelburne Community Relief Plan, which Council and staff have developed and released as of yesterday. Many of you have maybe seen this plan online at the town's website at shelburne.ca or on a number of social media platforms on which it was shared yesterday. Council and staff have developed this plan knowing that a number of our residents are facing some difficult financial times right now, and the hope is that what we're offering will help to ease that burden slightly. What it's not designed to do, obviously, is provide a solution to everyone's financial problems. The reality is, the town just doesn't have the capacity to do that. There are a number of provincial and federal programs being offered right now, which I would encourage people to check out and take advantage of. But on a local level, what we wanted to do was take some small steps that are within our means to provide whatever assistance we can to residents. So I'll just take a minute and briefly explain what we've set out in the plan is that we're going to waive the penalty charges for the next 2020 tax installment, which is due on March 21st, and we're actually deferring that payment date to June 19th. So it's providing people with a little bit of extra time to make those payments, and also getting rid of the penalty charge so that they're not facing that if they are late. We've applied a similar sort of approach to the water and sewer bill. As you'll likely know, the next water and sewer bill is actually due this Friday on March 27th. So we've deferred that due date to April 27th. And again, just like with the taxes, we've eliminated the penalty for late payments on that. For any resident who is set up on a pre-authorized payment plan for either their tax bill or for their water and sewer bill, if you're still fine with those payments coming through as scheduled, then that's okay. But if you would like them changed, then we are asking that you call into Town Hall and make arrangements so that those payments don't automatically come out of your account when they're scheduled. Again, the phone number for Town Hall is 519-925-2600. The other parts of the relief plan that we're offering, we're lifting the winter overnight parking ban, which normally doesn't get lifted until April 15th. That will be lifted effective today. So starting tonight, vehicles can park on the street as long as they're still parked within the permitted areas and they're not impeding emergency vehicles. We're providing some relief with respect to licensing. So your dog tag payments, which typically are due on April 1st, we've deferred those back to June 1st. I realize that that's not a huge issue for some people, but for others it may provide some moderate assistance. And then finally, we're offering some support for local businesses. So I'm establishing a working group that will be representative of the BIA as well as the Economic Development Committee, and we're going to be putting together some thoughts and some ideas as to how we as a small municipality can help our local businesses weather this storm. That kind of brings me to my next point. As many of you will know by now, the province has mandated the closure of a number of businesses throughout the province, which takes effect tonight at midnight. They have now released the list of what they consider to be essential services, which will be permitted to remain open. That list of essential services was a little longer, frankly, than I had expected. But I still think that mandating these closures is a good first step in trying to contain this virus. For those businesses who are mandated to close, obviously this is going to provide some even more significant pressure and difficulty upon you. So that's why I think it's even more critical than it may have been before yesterday. That we get this working group up and going, and so that we can start to direct the kinds of resources that are available to these businesses in town that may need them. On a final point, I do just want to keep reminding the community to stay home as much as possible. If you are on that list of essential businesses and you are still operational, then please do so safely. Please take the proper precautions to make sure you're looking after yourself, your customers, your employees. And when you're coming home, again, please take proper precautions. Wash your hands regularly. Clean surfaces that are handled, regularly, like phones, light switches, doorknobs. But again, please don't be out unless it's absolutely necessary. Everybody has to eat. I get that. You have to go to the grocery store. But please don't make any unnecessary stops along the way. On that point, I do want to thank our community, because I think more than a lot of communities from what I'm hearing, Shelburne has responded to this call. Over the weekend, I was in close contact with our local police to just have a gauge on what the level of activity was throughout the town. Every day throughout the weekend, the police were reporting that things were quiet. People were acting responsible for the most part. Our parks were quiet. People were honoring the closure of playgrounds, which was great. So I do just want to give a quick thanks to the community for responding the way you have so far. Unfortunately, we're not through this yet, and we have to keep going, and we have to be persistent and remain tenacious as we continue to fight this. Anyways, that's about it for today. I'll provide a further update tomorrow, and until then, be well, look after yourselves, and take care of your families.